Oh, this is video. Right.
It's video. I thought we wanted to try the sound.
Okay, so we're trying the sound and we're happy, like, we're testing it, we're talking.
Yeah.
You're talking.
I'm talking. Test, 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 test.
Lovely, lovely.
All right. Now we need to, like, re-hype ourselves up. For background, I didn't have the phone in cinematic mode for filming, and it's way better.
It's so, like, I didn't want to say anything.
All right, we'll fill you back in.
Oh my gosh, hi everyone.
You know what? Thankfully, there's enough hype about this that we're able to, keep it up.
Persevere. Holy moly, welcome back everyone. I'm Sarah.
I'm Paige.
And this is Two Purls in a Pod. Sorry, I'm just too excited.
She's very excited, but also I get it because...
I'm so happy you're back.
I know, me too.
I am so relieved. You know how dull it is talking by yourself?
No, but don't get me wrong. Like, the travel and everything, great. Like, and I'm so privileged. I acknowledge that. I had the best time. But there's also something really nice about being back home and being able to see friends and family and getting back into routine. I'm really, really glad to be back. Sarah and I are really excited about the content that we've got ready for you guys because we were sort of brainstorming and, I don't know, like, we were squealing with excitement over some of the stuff that we were wanting to catch up on.
There is, like, a lot, and I'm excited for, like, everything that we've got planned, and, like, I think 2025 is going to be a big year.
Totally.
For us. So, yeah, stay tuned. It's going to be great. Oh my gosh.
So this video, we're going to be talking about our plans or our Make 9 for 2025.
I feel like we did the same last year in that we were quite late to do our 2025 plans, but I feel like the same excuses that we had last year still hold this year. Plus we got extra, which is you're back. Yeah. But also, like, it's like, I feel like for me, February is the start of my year. Yeah, cognitively.
For me as well. It's a contract thing for you
It's like the work year starts at the start of February. We both have a birthday at the end of January. Yeah. Like, you kind of get a month of, like, grace in January, I feel like. So, like, the year starts now, essentially.
It does. Quick tidbits. I don't know, we didn't actually talk about this, but in terms of my Make 9, I've deliberately made sure that there's no overlap with any Make 9 things from last year. Oh. I didn't get through, like, a lot of my Make 9. So those things I still plan on making, but these ones are going to be my priority for this year.
I like that.
So that's how I framed it. And I've also, apart from one, all of mine do not include my million whips I have going on at the same time, because otherwise I have more than 9 whips. And so, obviously. Then this isn't a fun video.
No, this is like a fun, like, planning, looking forward to 2025 video. I also didn't include all of my, like, there were 2 things from my Make 9 in 2024 that I didn't make. And I still want to make both of those. Yeah. But 7 out of 9 is a, like... Yeah. I was happy with my...
That's good. Yeah. That's good. I like it. I think that's a better way to go about it. I think I just fell so short on my Make 9 for last year.
No, but you also had, like, a very different sort of year.
It's fine. Also, she's casting on whips left, right and centre, so it's a bit chaotic just generally.
Me too.
But yeah, I'm really excited to talk about it.
We should also mention that we are on the lands of the Wurundjeri people of the Kulin Nation, and I'm very grateful to be here. I'm very grateful to be here alongside you.
And it's a beautiful day here in Melbourne. We're not wearing anything knitted. I planned on it. I was really excited too because I have some things to wear, but it's too hot. So.
Yeah, no. I am wearing a handmade.
It's beautiful.
Like it's sewn top.
It's beautiful.
It's just a classic. Yeah, love
great
boat
part.
neck. Thanks.
I want to get into sewing more this year as well. It's just I'm still unpacking all my stuff and my like sewing machine. I don't even know where it is, but anyway. Yeah. We'll get there. I'm excited. Should we get started?
Oh my God, please.
Who wants to go first?
You should start.
Okay. Okay, so the first thing that I'm going to show you is my first Make 9 thing is the Vienna Blouse. I just realised, oh no, I have pictures here. So
thank God, because I'm like,
because I realised, oh no, she's not going to.
I'm just like,
no. Stare. I've got my lappy here so that we can both watch
just
it,
like,
because we record on my phone. So this is the Vienna Blouse.
Is that the Sandnes Garn one?
Yes.
Oh,
so,
okay.
When I was in Norway, so I went to Garni, and this is a very, very similar to a particular Garni cardigan, but the Garni one doesn't have the little peplum, I don't think, on the knit. I can't remember now. But basically, I thought, I want to knit something like that. Also, the Garni one was extremely expensive, and it wasn't even like a nice fabrication, but I love Garni. So anyway, I found this pattern by Sandnes Garn, and because I was in Norway, I could actually find the book really easily. I literally was just at like Bergen train station and found the most exquisite yarn store there. It was actually probably one of my favorites for the whole trip, that yarn store. And they just had this on the rack and I just bought it, and I didn't have to pay $1 million for shipping, and it's got all the beautiful patterns, including for the Vienna Blouse. So that is my plan. And I'm going to knit it in this beautiful bright red colour, which I also bought from that train station. You have to buy...
I'm sorry, can we just talk about the fact that there was a yarn shop at the train station?
Yeah,
like,
I know.
In what world?
And it was so elite. Like, it had really high ceilings, and it was floor to ceiling all the way around. Like, it looked like not that big from the outside, but when you went in, the shelves floor to ceiling, and they just had like a massive wall of floor to ceiling, just Sandnes Garn, just Izia Jensen, like just that one type of Izia, and all the way around, and everyone there is so lovely. And there's also, compared to like in Melbourne, for instance, there's a much bigger population there of people who knit. Smaller population, but bigger population of knitters. And then in the queue in front of me, this lady saw me holding the book and she pointed to it and she said, oh, my daughter made that in a bright pink colour actually the other week. And it was just so fun. Anyway, I digress, but...
So is it 2 strands?
Yes, 2 strands held together of Tynn Silk Mohair, which is what the pattern calls for. I have bought it. I really wanted the perfect red, like poppy colour that kind of leans a little bit orange, but not too orange. But I feel like this is actually quite a true bright red, which I like.
That is bright red.
The colour number is 4018. I don't know the actual name of the colour, but it's 4018 if you're interested.
Did you buy the yarn in Norway as well?
Yes, I bought them together because when you buy the booklet, you can only buy the pattern in the booklet if you buy the yarn. I think it's like 4 or 5 balls. Yeah. So I just figured I'd buy it all at the same time. So that's my first one, and I'm hyped. That's probably my next...
When do you think you're going to cast that on?
Well, I was going to say, I think that's my next... I'm trying to... I don't ever knit just one thing at a time.
No.
But I've casted on something else, which you guys will probably see. Once I finish that new cast on, like every new cast on, I need to finish it before the next one. And then I'll have a whip alongside from my never-ending stash of whips. So once I finish that one, which I think maybe a month.
Yeah, cool.
Then this one.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah.
Cool. My first thing that I've got planned is a Stockholm Slipover.
Oh, nice.
By Petite Knit.
Cute colours.
I've brought just one ball of each just to show. Plan is to hold 1 strand of Sunday by Sandnes Garn with strand of mohair, which I haven't showed. This is quite a new acquisition.
Can I just double check? The Stockholm Slipover, is that the same one I did with the bee?
Yeah, but I'm doing the round neck.
Oh, okay, yep. But it's a great pattern though.
Yeah, it's a classic. Yeah. The lady writes a good classic pattern.
Yeah.
I saw a Suzanne Slipover type thing being advertised, and it was in this like gingerbready toffee type colour.
It's my favourite.
I have like no like imagination. I just like see things that I like the look of and then try and recreate them.
Well, that's just like me in this Garni top.
Yeah,
so.
Like that's where I get my inspiration from people who like design stuff for a living, and I just copy them. But I was like, I want that. I can make that pretty straightforward. So this is the vision.
Perfect.
So this is Sunday in colour 2543, which is just delicious. I realise this is the same yarn that I use for my Playful Palette thing, and I ordered more of it, and I was like, for this, from a friend who like visited over Christmas from Europe, and I realised I had some in stash already. So I clearly just like choose the same colours.
Enough anyway.
No, I definitely didn't. I just realised that I have.
But also when you found a good thing, like you know what you like.
You know what I'm like? What will I ever do with like my favourite colour yarn?
Exactly. Also, it's just that I've actually got in what's it called? The ochre yarn. I swear it's like pretty much the same colour. It's just such a good colour. Like that warm toffee brown. Yeah. Beautiful.
And the mohair that I'm holding with it is from Alongavec Anna.
Yes, I've used it before. I really liked it. And it's actually the reason... Did you get it because you found it hard to get that colour?
Yes.
Yes, that's exactly why I got it.
shopped around for colour to go with this for so long, and I'm really happy with the core colour. Yes. And like, I'm rapt that I found this. I love this.
Do you remember my April cardigan, which I still need to fix the button band on? It's like a toffee kind of colour. Yep. I used Alongavec Anna with that actually, and then the base colour is that ochre yarn I was talking about, because it's really hard to find this colour. I think Knitting for Olive probably would have something.
They would. I just like it was hard.
But this is locally accessible.
I really like. I feel like the colours available in this yarn are limited, but
but the colours are good.
They're really good. Yeah, and I'm happy that I have like found them, and now I'm sufficiently aware of them that I will like keep this in mind, because like it was pretty reasonably priced and
it's
really
actually,
impressed.
I see how you find it. I actually really liked it. I thought it was a really nice mohair too.
Yeah, so this is 72% mohair, 28% silk. Happy with that.
Beautiful.
But yeah, that's going to be a little slipover. And that's going to be hopefully quite a soon cast on.
Yeah.
Just because...
Transitional season.
Yes. So I'm kind of like digressing a little bit, but one of my like resolutions for this year is to like knit ahead of time.
Yeah, I love it.
And this is the thing that I'm like, don't start this in March when you want to wear it. Start it in February so that it's ready for March.
Yes.
Because the story of my life last year was I finished things.
And then it was too hot or
I finished things a month too late.
Yeah.
You know, like I was knitting on them wanting to wear them, and like there was so many things at the end of last year. So that's like my main thing this year is like be more forward thinking, knit in anticipation.
I love it. I also think we should go ahead and do a knitting resolutions video. You know, you suggested that.
Okay.
Like when we were having our chat. No. I think still definitely include it. But little teaser. I think we should do a
full one.
Yeah.
To be fair, I've got a lot of resolutions at the moment.
So do I, and I think it was kind of similar to our knitting tips video. Do you remember that one?
And
I think it's like the same vein, and I don't know. I really enjoyed filming that, and I think people liked it. So.
I like that plan. But that's my first one.
Okay, guys, I'm still like low-key dying. I'm dying. This is a really big deal for us. Like, this is obviously our hobby and we love sharing it with you guys. And basically long story short, there's more info to come just in general. Pending. We need to acquire some more details. But we have been gifted some beautiful Sandnes Garn yarn and also a pattern. Or for me, it was a pattern. I just want to clarify as well, obviously the yarn that I bought previously and the booklet that I bought with my own money. This is just something completely separate. So we got this gorgeous yarn packet. You might have seen it on my Instagram reel, and Sarah posted one as well. But back to the main point of the video, I want to knit the Harper cardigan, which is this gorgeous cardigan. Ooh, are we gonna focus?
Hide your face, girl.
Oh, sorry. Oh yeah, it's almost like that works. So
it's almost like that's what it's designed to do.
It's basically a beautifully just very textured cardigan, but in a really like bulky, fluffy, floofy, cozy yarn. It's actually quite interesting. I had only seen the pictures for the front of it when I chose the pattern from the pattern booklet, and I hadn't seen the back. And the back is really different to what I expected.
That's not what I was expecting.
It's not textured. And then it prompted me to like, sorry, I'm just gonna It also prompted me to look at the sleeves. The sleeves have this like ribbing. Like it's actually very different to what I expected.
There's a lot going on. And I'm into it.
Well, the interesting thing is I think if I had known that, I probably wouldn't have picked this pattern.
Okay.
But I've kind of committed now, and I won't be surprised if I do it and then I'm obsessed with it. So I'm still like really motivated and really excited to try lots of stitches and see how it turns out.
Yeah.
It's being made, like I'm using the yarn that was recommended in the pattern, and hence it was sponsored and sent. And so it was like I was gifted the Ballerina chunky mohair and Kos yarn, and I got to pick the colors. And so I wanted to do something a bit different. This is probably not going to seem different for me, but for me it feels different. I am a cool toned lilac girly. Like I love pastels.
I was gonna say you're a pastel girly.
And whilst this is still pastel-esque, it's a little bit brighter, and so it feels brighter. Hang on. I think that's our Uber Eats.
Oh, yep, that's we'll be back.
We are now nourished. We have been
a very necessary break.
We have been fed.
On paper it might seem like very it might seem quite usual for you, but actually maybe this is not. It's a little bit like outside your usual.
Yeah, it is. It's actually like it's brighter than my usual. So I think my usual is usually like much more pastel, ethereal, and like more lilac.
Yeah.
Whereas this time I wanted to do something more pink, and I particularly liked this pink. There wasn't a specific like matching one in the Kos.
Yeah.
And this one is definitely more pastel. And this is not something I wouldn't normally gravitate towards. I think I prefer like a slightly more cool toned pink to this, but together they do look really nice. I've actually started the whip, and I've also swatched. I'm going to show you my swatch just so you can see just the swatch. I think is fine. So this is the swatch. but also just so you can see what the colour's like when they're mixed together. But also the swatch, I messed up the stitch pattern. So it's literally just for colour, so I'm not ruining anything.
This is like the most like squishy confection I have ever seen.
You can't say too much because we're going to be talking about it later.
Sorry.
But yeah, basically that's that. So I'm going to do, Harper Cardigan by Sandnes Garn. Gifted yarn. She's real hyped.
She's up. All right, well, maybe I'll talk about my gifted yarn as well. And I think probably, I was actually reflecting that there's quite a bit of Sandnes Garn going on here. Like, I have a lot of Sandnes Garn projects. And I think, like, on the side of we bought it ourselves. If we didn't buy it, you'll know about it because we'll both just be like, oh my God, I can't believe this is my life.
Totally.
So I also got sent a big box from Sandnes Garn. We will be able to talk a little bit more about kind of the what it's sort of for down the track, which is like, sorry, that's a bit of a
it's a teaser, but we'll tell you more about why we've gotten here eventually.
How we became the luckiest humans on the planet.
Yeah.
So
quite literally the luckiest humans on the planet. Like, check this out,
guys. When this came, I had like a tiny aneurysm, I think. And I think you were here as I opened it, and I was like, I can't. I just went dead silent.
We lost our minds and had a big cuddle and like borderline cry of happiness. So yeah.
I remember I was just like staring, like struggling to compute. But I there's just so much beautiful yarn here, and I'm just so excited. But the first thing I want to make.
Yeah, true. This is a plans video.
So maybe we'll talk more about. Yeah. Anyway, I want to make the Mindy Sweater by Sandnes Garn. We'll put a proper poster on, but this is it.
Yeah.
I'm going to use again, I have no imagination, so I'm just doing the colour that is in the pattern.
No, but it's a perfect colour.
This is, again, one strand of Sunday with one strand of Tynn Silk Mohair. Both are in the colour Matcha.
Very apt description. It's a gorgeous colour combination. I was saying to Sarah when she opened this box, I was so close to picking this colour, but then I decided to go completely different and get pink.
This colour, I think it's quite new. It came out last year. Multiple people on the internet contacted me and said, Sarah, are you aware of this yarn's existence? I think you would like it. Like, actually, like, people who have watched videos in the past were like, Sarah, I think you need to know about this. And I was like, they were right. And I'm thrilled that everyone kind of is just like, oh, Sarah's
they have our backs.
The people are looking out for me and my yarn colour needs. So this is going to be probably my next cast on after the slipover. No, I need to finish the slipover first.
Proud of you.
Thank you. But I really, one of the things I want to like do more this year is like some more like slouchy, oversized things, because they were some of my favourite things from last year.
Yeah.
So I'm leaning into that in a big way with this. But oh my God, I'm sad. Look at this.
It's such a beautiful colour.
Can you just do me a favour?
Yeah.
Hold up your box. This dawned on me that this is like the most like 2024 culmination of like who's Brat, who's Demure.
Oh yeah.
Who's Glinda, who's Elphaba.
That's so true.
Like, we've really fallen into our roles.
So funny. That is so true and so funny. Do you want to just skip and talk about your next one in there, and then I'll keep going, because I feel like it ties.
It makes sense. So the other quantity of yarn that I was sent, also as a gift from Sandnes Garn, was to make the penny cardigan. I'll put like a proper thing up, but I am again using the yarn in the pattern, which is one strand of Tynn Silk Mohair with one strand of Tin Peer Gynt.
Love.
Which
you love.
I love Peer Gynt, so I've never used Tin Peer Gynt before. This pattern is like the most oversized, slouchy brioche cardigan with like these really deep big sleeves.
But I also can appreciate why they've used Tin Peer Gynt, because in the photo, because it's so slouchy, you don't want too much drape because it'll stretch out too much, and that's I think what that will.
So initially, when I saw people online using Tin Peer Gynt with a mohair, I was like, this doesn't make sense, because this is like a rustic, hardy, kind of scratchy yarn, why would you hold it with a soft yarn? Like, if you want something soft, why wouldn't you use Sunday or something?
Yeah.
But, I mean, I haven't knit it, but you're right.
I've got the answer. It's because of the structure.
And so I actually think there is merit in Tynn Silk with a mohair that initially I was like, that doesn't make sense as a combo.
No, it does, because like even with mine, because it's quite lofty and fluffy, like I think it's got that slight bit of rustic loft.
Yeah.
That means that it won't just pull down with all that fabric.
True, because this is big.
Like, imagine if you did that in an alpaca. Obviously, that would be a disaster, right?
Yeah.
This is like, then if you had Sunday in between, that would be in between, and then this is like, gives it a little bit more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's I'm excited to knit this up and see how it goes. It's going to be like a big khaki hug.
Yeah, it looks great. Looks awesome. I love the sleeves and they look really cool.
They look cool. I'll feel like a cool gal, I think. But yeah, that's my green phase.
I love it. I have...
What's next for you?
Next, I have a vest.
Sorry.
It is. I don't know if you've seen this around. The Staffin pattern from Creabea.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so I want to do the vest version.
Cute.
So I'll just... You already know what it looks like. Do I need to pull up a picture?
No.
So...
Yeah.
Beautiful texture. It's giving Storm Sweater by Petite Knit, but a different texture.
But better.
I just basically wanted something a bit different.
Yeah.
I'm knitting, it's a whip. When I say knitting, it's in hibernation, but a Storm Sweater Junior for a little, like a toddler. And I just basically like that textured look, but I just wanted a different pattern. So
yeah.
I thought this was perfect. In terms of what I'm going to use, I'm going to use something from Stash.
Proud of you.
Mm-hmm. When I say Stash, as in like my stash has grown a lot since being overseas, I'm going to use some yarn that I travelled and purchased. If I were to make it now, I would be making it out of one of these two. This is some beautiful alpaca, which is roughly like a 4 to 5 ply from Peru. It's completely hand spun and hand dyed, and it's just like, that's just Peru yarn in a nutshell. And it's beautiful, and basically I want like a garment where I can make the full garment out of it, and I think
that would be beautiful. I just can't concentrate because it's the most beautiful colour I've ever seen.
Yeah, you squealed when I showed you on camera. So yeah, so this is one option. The other option is this yarn, which is a really interesting yarn. It's from Norway, and I got it when I was going through like the fjord kind of area in the south part. I don't know how to pronounce the name of the town, but I'm pretty sure it was Åland or Åland. I'm not sure how you pronounce it, but basically it was like a little settlement area where they had like a Viking exhibition and Vikings and artifacts and things like that, and they had sheep there that were the same breed of sheep from Viking days, and they've maintained those sheep, and this is that yarn.
Oh my god.
And they used it like in those days for their clothing as well, so I bought 2 skeins of that. So basically it'll be made out of one of those two, but also when I'm digging through my stash, who knows what you might find. But this is what I'm thinking.
This is like,
it's really rustic. It's rustic, and it's got like lots of like little black bits in it.
I like that.
It's got lots of little different colours in it. So anyway,
a slipover is probably good then, because it's like probably not going to be close to skin.
Totally.
Appropriate.
Next one.
Okay, I'll finish up my Sandnes Garn train.
Yeah, go.
I am going to make, or I've actually already started it, the Marius Genser.
Oh, yes.
I don't know if...
I saw that everywhere in Norway. Like, even in tourist shops and stuff, they'd be selling, like, the pre-knitted jumpers, like, a lot. I bought, like, a headband in that print. Love it. It's on my to-knit list.
That pattern has its own Wikipedia page.
It doesn't surprise me. It was everywhere.
I've already started it, but I thought I'd just, like, bring the yarn to show, like, kind of the original kind of point. The main colour, I'm using Bendigo Woolen Mills Woodlands, which is a fleck yarn, and my like contrast, I'm using the Peer Gynt in the colour, I think it's just like mid blue or navy blue or something. This is in lieu of the flecked Peer Gynt that the pattern that I was inspired by is made from, because again, I have no imagination, I'm doing exactly what the pattern is. This is a very traditional pattern. I really want to do more colour work this year, so this is like my main foray into colour work for now.
I love it.
Thanks.
I really can't wait to see it. It's on my list of things I want to knit, but there's just too much, guys. It's the problem.
It's a lot. But yeah, that one is like, That's one that I really want to work on, but I know that I shouldn't because it's going to be too hot to wear it for a really long time.
That's the thing. And also it's not fun to knit when it's really hot.
Yeah, I had to take a pause.
My next one is the Playful Palette by Veronika Lindberg, which is in the Creabea book.
Knits to wear or something.
That's the one. Yeah. So Sarah's obviously already made this. It's on her Instagram if you want to check it out. I'm obsessed with it. When I was in Norway, I was going to buy the yarn there. But guys, so many people have asked me or commented, Paige, how did you fit this much yarn in your suitcase? Guys, it was a lot. We will get there. I feel like I need to talk about it when I eventually do the show and tell with you. And
I want to see
everything that I purchased while I was away.
Yeah.
But yeah, I contemplated it, but I really didn't want to have to buy another sweater quantity to travel to take with me when I know I can just buy that online.
True.
So
yeah,
I kind of picked the colours while I was there. I'm pretty much going to do pretty much the same colour palette that Sarah did, so you can check that out on her video, but I'll also put the details in the description below. And
we can be matching.
Yeah. I mean, you just made great choices. Thanks. Like, what can I say? I mean, controversial. I liked it better than your colours better than the sample pictures, and so that's why I think I've gravitated. So yes, that's the plan.
Thank you.
That's the plan.
I'm excited. I think it's so fun, and like it is such a Moorish knit. Like it knits so quickly and so easily because it's this big colour work. It flies.
The other thing is, I'm definitely going to do your thing that you did in yours, where it was like 2 strands of the mohair with 1 of Sunday. Isn't that how you did?
Just got some green
Get out. Thank you.
Some leaf stuff. This is like the perils of filming outside.
The 2 strands
of mohair with a fingering weight rather than a strand of DK weight and a strand of mohair, which is what the pattern suggests.
Exactly, because I wanted to be... What?
Look at the rainbow lorikeet.
Oh, I love...
Just food. Oh my god, hang on. Wowee. Oh my god.
They're just so beautiful.
They're so beautiful.
I love them.
This is poor footage, but hey man.
Stunning boy.
Anyway, sorry.
Distractible. Yeah, I want it to be more lofty. And are you paying attention?
Yes, it's a beautiful bird. Yes. You want it to be more lofty.
So I want it to be more lofty and light compared to a heavier weight.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's my vibe. That's where we're going.
Nice.
Next one for you.
Another one which I've already started. So it's a bit of a cheat, but
no, that's alright.
It is.
Sorry, is this the one that you showed us the swatch, the stripy?
Yeah.
Yes.
So there's another one I've started, but it's definitely a mammoth project, and it's going to be one of my big triumphs of 2025, I think. Mainly because of the work involved in it. So I am doing a dupe of the Leontine sweater by Suzanne, which is a kind of striped summer-ish sort of knit, and I am doing I'm using my base pattern is the Cumulus T O-neck from Petite Knit, and I am using predominantly Knitting for Olive cotton merino in the colour cream, and then my contrast for the stripes is Knitting for Olive cotton merino in the navy, and I am doing it on a 3mm needle.
That was going to be my next question.
It's taking a really long time. This is why it's a triumph if I ever get this done.
No, you'll get it done.
I think I will because it feels beautiful, but I think whilst it probably doesn't, when I was looking at my kind of make 9 as a grid, that was the one that I was it doesn't look like a big deal.
Yeah, but it is.
But it is a big deal.
Yeah.
The standard adult beanie unit on it is going to be...
It's high. Yeah.
Monumental.
It's really high. And it's funny because when you, I think, show someone who doesn't knit, a make 9, and you're which one do you think is the one that's going to be the biggest commitment?
Yeah.
They'll pick
the
Harper
base
Cardigan, which is made with bulky
drop,
big
exactly
drop shoulder
or
but
something.
it's not it's definitely that.
But again, I'm really excited to have this in my life. I think it I'm putting it on pause now, and I probably might pick it up later in the year for spring, because I don't think I'll get it done before it's too cold to wear.
And your resolution.
And I'm making good life choices about timing of knitting nowadays. What else you got?
All right, my next one is a Petite Knit pattern. It is the Friday Slipover.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so random.
That's the one that Matilda's done.
Yes. So basically, I've talked about it in a different video, and in a video with Matilda.
Of Nestled in Knits.
Yes, nestled in knits. She made a Friday slipover. She made it too small. She frogged it and she was making it again. And I've seen it in real life and I saw it in the video and it just looks beautiful. Like the construction around the neck and stuff is just really gorgeous. And I love a slipover. And so I know what yarn I'm going to use for this. I also talked about it in my video with Mathilde.
I can't remember. You'll have to remind me.
So I'm going to do it in... Yeah, I know.
Sorry.
So I bought this yarn when I was in Paris, when I was with Mathilde. Actually, it wasn't in Paris. I bought it in Lille. We went to
that's right.
a little yarn fair in Lille, but the brand is Parisian. It's by Les Petits Points Parisiens. And it's gorgeous. And I am going to... The base, like... thing that I'm going to do on, I don't know which one that's going to be yet, but something from Stash. I can almost guarantee that I have a grey in the right. Something beautiful. Like I'm pretty sure I have some Great Ocean Rose woolen mill. Something beautiful.
Something perfect.
But yeah, this is baby Suri lace, so it's 65% Suri alpaca, 35% silk. And it's just this like gorgeous, this is my vibe, guys. You know how this is on brand for me? This is like a beautiful lilac leaning cool toned grey with splotches of vibrant neon green and little bits of plum purple and pink in there. That is my dream. So yeah, that's
oh my god, that is going to be stunning.
That's what we're doing.
That's going to be amazing. All right, what's next? I need to look up what this one is. Okay, I want to do I'll talk about this one. The Camellia sweater.
Oh, I don't know it.
By...
Oh, yes, I do know it. And I saw your picture in like a Make 9 draft that you sent me.
Yeah, so this is by a designer called Sumin Kim. This pattern is like all over colour work, like full body colour work with these like gorgeous little flower motifs. Inga from Knitting Traditions has made this. And I am like got super inspired to make this because I saw someone had knitted it I saw a picture on Instagram of like a completely different colour palette to the original, which is like white background. Sorry, there's a lot of sirens. I live kind of near a hospital.
Guys, we're trying the microphone thing. We're going to upgrade our microphones. Hopefully it's only better from here.
Yeah, anyway. It's the perks of where I live. Anyway, this colour, it's like, so it's going to light background and like blue flowers. And I like, that was like the most visceral reaction I've ever had. I was like, I want to own this. Like, this is like everything I could ever want in this life.
100%.
So that is probably going to be a later in the year thing. I haven't got any yarn for it. But that is the dream for me. Like,
yeah, beautiful.
When I dream, every time I see that picture, it makes me so happy. Like, I just want to own that in exactly those colours. Why don't we just wait a little bit? Like, they're real close.
I feel like it's getting softer.
All right. Good enough.
Next one. Is that what we're doing?
No, that's all I was going to say about that. Like, that's a, like, kind of...
Oh, yeah, you haven't picked the yarn yet.
I haven't picked the yarn. I'm thinking probably knitting for Olive just because of their colour selection.
Yeah, makes sense.
But it's a long-term, like, that's probably the most, like, undefined of all of my...
Yeah.
Like, mainly because I don't have the yarn, whereas most of the other things I do.
Yeah.
But that's the dream. That's my dream cast on.
My next one is... I feel like this one's a really popular pattern at the moment, but it's the Alex Hood by Pernille Larsen, who's from Knitting for Olive.
Oh, yeah.
I'll show you a picture in case, just to
No,
joke
I
with
know.
You know the one, the one.
Yeah.
So I did think about doing I wanted to make a hood, like a hoodie scarf thing. I wanted to make one.
They're all the rage.
They're all the rage. They would have been very useful while I was overseas. I made a Sophie scarf, like a shawl, sorry.
I remember you saw, yeah.
And it's big and I love it. And I feel like this has a similar vibe. The Sophie shawl, even though mine's bigger, I can't do the head thing without the back of my head being exposed, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So I think, but I wanted to do that a couple of times when starting. So anyway, that's what I'm going to make. I don't know what yarn I'm going to make yet. I did have some yarn that I thought was going to be perfect that I bought overseas, but it's actually too bulky. It was Aran weight, and the pattern actually calls for like a mohair and a fingering, and I'm sure I'll find something in Stash, but if not...
You've got time.
I've got time. I'm not in a rush to make this. But why I kind of gravitated towards this one compared to some of the other patterns is I really like the rib kind of pattern,
something a bit
to
different.
do with it, and also like the finishing at the back, how the rib looks. I really liked that as well compared to a garter stitch. But that's just my preference. So yeah, excited to make that one.
Yes. I think I have one more garment that I want to talk about. And I want to knit the Cardi Jumper by Vert Knit. This one.
Oh yes, the Suzanne looking. Yeah.
Again, I'm ripping off Suzanne garments because it's a dupe of a Suzanne cardigan where you can wear it back to front, so it's like with the buttons at the front or the buttons at the back. I just think that's a really beautiful basic cardigan, and the pattern looks really nice. I've never knit anything from Vert Knit before, but I think she does very involved knits that you consider a lot. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like she does she's the same designer who does the Milady's dress, which is that super epic, like fingering weight dress that a few people have done.
Oh, dude, I felt that in my hair. Oh, sorry guys.
Another.
It was like on my glasses, in my hair, on my arm. It was like a full thing. So
don't you have to make a wish or something now? Or you're just going to be lucky?
I'm just going to wish that it doesn't happen again.
Yeah. Anyway. So what was I saying? I want to make the Cardi Jumper by Vert Knit.
Yes.
And I want to use this yarn.
Yes.
Because what? Green?
Green, but also when you're really excited to buy that yarn and it was like part of that order that you someone like brought it from overseas.
Yeah, my brother brought it home.
That's right.
Yeah. So this is Kinross 4-ply.
And the Creabea used it and you were really excited to use it.
I think this was made famous by Rebecca of the Creabea, who I think got the entire world onto this yarn. So I'm excited to try this yarn. This is a fingering weight, but the pattern I think maybe recommends like a sport weight. I can't recall, but I'm gonna need to do a little bit of maths for when I knit it, because I think I want to do it in just one strand of fingering, which is again going back to like lots of effort type thing.
Sorry, I'm just realising I want to just cover the yarn in case that happens again, because if that goes in yarn,
that's ruined.
Yeah, sorry.
Anyway, again, this is probably going to be later in the year. Maybe once I've like recovered from knitting my my cotton merino top, and I'm like, you know what, I need another fingering weight garment.
Yeah.
But this should be lovely. That's the vision.
I love it. For my next one, it's actually like I'll put both up, but I'm only going to make one of them, and it's just which one I want to make. This is for gifts. You're
so wholesome. I would never include things for other people in my Make Mine. I'm so selfish.
I have so many new babies in my life. So whilst I was away, literally 3 new babies were born. Obviously more babies were born than that, but 3 new babies in my life who are like of people who are very close to me in my life, and I didn't knit the things while I was away. But it's too many babies for me to get too hectic about what I knit, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it does.
So I'm not doing a 3mm needle onesie kind of vibe. So I want to knit some like beanie / balaclavas, and I really liked the baby bear ones from Pernille Larsen by Knitting for Olive. Yeah. So I'm going to show you the different ones here. So this is the baby bonnet. Sorry, not the bonnet, balaclava, which is obviously adorable. And then sorry,
sorry. It's just like too much cute.
And then this one is the bonnet.
Yeah.
So I don't know which one I'm going to make. The balaclava looks like it'd be more work and more yarn, which is fine. But I wonder, like, for a parent, is that more annoying or less annoying than a bonnet? Do you know what I mean? Like, do parents... I obviously, like, I work in pediatrics and I feel like I'm pretty good at knowing this stuff. But this is one of those things that, like, I don't ever deal with. Like, I'm out of my depth. So if you are a parent and you are receiving one of these two, which one is more practical and which one would you hypothetically prefer? Because I'd love to know to help me sway me one way or the other. I want to go for the one that's less annoying, more practical and more comfortable. Essentially. And in terms of the yarn that I'm going to use, it's just going to be some baby friendly yarn. I actually already picked up yarn whilst I was away to like for the purpose of knitting baby beanies for these babies. So I picked up they're all random. So I picked up They're all from Sandnes Garn, and I bought them because they were sort of neutral colours on sale.
Yeah.
Really affordable.
Versatile,
baby-friendly yarns, like
Great.
double Sundays. This one's called Smart from their Smart line. It's a super wash
for babies.
Yeah, so, you know, it's perfect. But these are all 8-ply, and actually the pattern calls for like a lace with a fingering weight and 225 to 250 meters depending on the pattern, and I don't have enough length then, you know. That's half. That's half. But the thing
maybe
is,
for the balaclava.
For the balaclava, I was like, that's a lot of. So I don't know. But also in stash, I probably have like something as well that I could use. So anyway, that's a dilemma. We'll figure that out later.
Yep.
Once I've finished unpacking all my stuff from my parents' house.
I've got one pair of socks on my my Make 9.
Oh yeah.
Just because I was like, I have some sock yarn in stash and I need to get rid of it. Not get rid of it, I need to use it.
Yeah, yeah.
So I want to make the Grow socks by Fibre Tales.
I don't know them.
They've got like little leaves on them. So they're like fairly plain except at the top. They've got these...
I love them.
Yeah.
I want to add that to my Make 9.
So I really like Fibre Tales. She just makes the most beautiful patterns.
I'm going to add that to my... Sorry.
So, there's like a beanie as well. Like there's a beanie pattern which is really beautiful. But I have this yarn in stash which I would like to use. This is Ren and Ollie sock yarn. This is a no nylon sock yarn. This is 100% Corriedale and Merino. Okay, how can it be 100% Corriedale and Merino? They're different sheep.
Are they?
Anyway, this is it's called Purist. It's a sock yarn which is 100% Corriedale / Merino wool, but it's like geared as a sock yarn. And this is the colour Cinnamon. So we both bought some of this a little while ago, but they were 50 gram skeins. Yeah. I've borrowed a bit of one to be a contrast for another sock, but I think this will be enough for 2 Grow socks for me.
Love it.
But yeah, this is like cute little socks, and like I've had this in stash for a while and it's too beautiful to sit in stash.
Yeah, for sure.
And that's the socks I've got planned. I had a really kind of dud year for socks last year. Like I didn't make a lot of socks, which is fine.
I didn't either, actually.
But and not that I'm a huge sock knitter, but I think it's good to have a few pairs.
Yeah, I think they're also one of the things that I wear the most.
That's true, actually. Like they're probably the most like year-round thing.
So my next one is do you remember the last Make 9 I really wanted to do colourwork mittens. And then I did.
You were in a real phase for a bit.
I was really excited, and then I like went on a hunt when we were at the Bendigo Wool and Sheep show. I like really wanted to find no, it was another yarn show. No, it was that one
we went to in Coburg.
Yes. I really wanted to find the perfect yarn to make colourwork mittens.
I remember that.
And then I started them, and I think and then they're like a little bit too small. Basically, I think I need to go up a needle size and just start again, because I've done like this much of it, but I just need to start again. Yeah. And I've decided I'm actually going to do a different pattern as well. So I want to do the Alma mittens by Maja Åkerström. They're really similar to, and I think I showed them in the Make 9 last year, the Aslog mittens by Sandnes Knits. Mm-hmm. But the thing with that pattern was you needed a subscription to get that. Like you needed to pay for a subscription for the Sandnes Knits one. I didn't want to buy 5 patterns when I'm probably just going to use one, and I haven't committed to the mitten life. True. So I'm going to do the Alma mittens instead, which has a very similar look. Perfect. And I'm hoping it's going to be my gateway into more mitten knitting. Yeah. Yeah, I like that. Like it's a good like dip your toes in, see how you feel before you become this like. For sure. That's your entire character. I also really wish I had a pair while I was overseas, because it was like perfect mitten weather. Yeah.
I had a pair of colourwork mittens last year that I didn't get to.
Yeah.
Maybe you can inspire me.
Yeah, I think I will. Yeah.
Cool. Okay, my next one is not a knitting thing. It's a sewing thing. Ooh. I really want to make a quilt. I have been saving scraps from all the sewing projects that I've done over the last few years, and I normally just have like a thing of scraps, but I've just been holding on to them, and now I have a lot. And I want to make them into like a scrappy quilt.
Yeah, I love that.
So there's like some really special fabrics in here, like the dress I like made for my brother's wedding, and like like my favourite top, and then like a top I gave to a friend.
That's so sweet.
Who lives overseas. So like there's lots of memory in a lot of these scraps. Like that's my favourite top that I wear.
That's so sweet. I love
pajamas.
that fabric. Yeah.
Yeah. This was some fabric I bought when I was living in Alice Springs in Central Australia. Anyway.
That's so beautiful.
I could reminisce about this fabric for a long time. But I want to, make a scrappy quilt with it all. I don't know anything about quilting.
I have on TikTok saved so many like quilting videos and things that I want to do, but it is an overwhelming thing because you're using all this like batting and like it's a completely different thing to what we're normally used to doing.
That's everything for me.
I've got one more. I've got a pair of socks.
Cute.
Basically, again, similarly, last year I wanted to do a lacy pair of socks. I love socks. I wear them a lot. I still want to use the same yarn that I said I was going to use last year, which is the mohair that I had bought from the Bendigo Wool and Sheep show. The mohair. It's like a crazy amount of mohair, but it's like they're pastel. I would have brought them, but they're deep in storage. So I want to use that, and the pattern that I want to use, TBC, but if it was today, the pattern I would use are the chamomile socks by Yuka.
Beautiful.
Do you know the ones?
I think so, yeah.
I'll pull up a picture. They're these ones.
Stunning.
Just a really good lacy sock. And I think it would look really cute with like little like dresses and stuff, or just like peeking out of your boots.
Yeah, I see that. Yeah.
So that's the vision. That's it.
That was more epic than I thought it was going to be.
It's always epic. Also, first video back, it's going to feel epic.
I think we're
also very excited.
We're very excited, maybe a little rusty.
There's a lot going on.
Very overwhelmed. But it's going to be a good year. I've got a good feeling.
I've got a good feeling too, and I'm feeling like super, super driven and motivated to get lots done and to also be sharing it more with you guys as well. So if you've made it this far, thank you so much for watching and for joining us. Thank
you so much. Welcome back to you. Welcome back to
us.
Regular programming. We will see you guys in the next video, but looking forward to a great 2025.
Yes. Please do tell us if there's anything in your make night as well that you're really excited about, and pop it below because we love sharing. We love sharing patterns over here.
Yeah. Okay, we'll see you soon. Bye.